Hey everybody, Tactic Angel here, back on the PlayStation 4, playing some World of Warships, Legends. We're on Haven. Here I am in a division. Got Savo with me and Saint. I'm here in this Atlanta. I will go ahead and show you my commander. It's a pretty ideal setup. I understand that Vane at the end is probably an unusual choice, but I like to increase the enemy's dispersion when they shoot at me, particularly when I'm in an American cruiser. I don't like to take a lot of damage. Stop hitting me in the Citadel. So anyway, we're having a good time here. Just playing as a division. This is the ideal map, probably the best map in the game for the Atlanta. And this whole video is dedicated to everyone who likes to focus fire Atlantas, because it's definitely a thing that you should do. I'm just going to do some dirty things this entire game. Here we're starting by pelting that poor Scharnhorst. Can't even see us. He just keeps getting hit. What do we got, like 40 hits on him already? There's 50 hits. He's on fire again. He's got a buddy. Actually, this was a fun game because I wasn't sure how flammable the Scharnhorst was. I wasn't really sure how its superstructure would react to being shot 100,000 times by the Atlanta. And I learned here, not very well. Not very well at all. The Scharnhorst seems to be very vulnerable to this kind of damage. And as you can see, that Scharnhorst is still on fire. He bleeds to death, essentially granting me my first kill. We see a little Akatsuki out there. He's a little bit too far for me to try to help with my radar, so we're just not going to even bother. Put some shells out there. Nothing happening there. That's not that's not real good gunnery. But you know, if you've watched any of my other videos, you're kind of used to sometimes some not so great shots. So coming alongside this other Scharnhorst, it looks like he's got several things to think about. All three of my division are closing in on him, so he's got that to worry about. He's got 2 additional boats in front of him, and here you're going to see again what this Atlanta can do to a Scharnhorst when it's not paying attention. Just sickening. In any case, I'm shooting this as salvo fire because I find that if I just hold the button down, I don't shoot as well. I prefer to do it because it's more demoralizing, like this. But I start to screw up my aim if they start to maneuver too much, because it's easier for me to aim once and shoot and not have to, you know, make a microscopic adjustment every 10th of a second here. So it looks like we've got somebody behind us who really wants our attention. We want to finish off this Scharnhorst because we will probably lose our spot after that happens. And there it goes. We got both of them. Oh wow, look at this. This is annoying. That's an Atlanta. Well, we'll just have to do something about him. We're going to head back towards our spawn. Curious thing about Haven is they tend to spawn 2 groups of 3 on one side and 1 group of 3 on the other. So you almost kind of have to run if you're on the south side of this map and you spawn in the easternmost spawn, because you are going to be outnumbered, and a lot of times the other people who are with you are not going to back you up. So even when they do, you're going to be going up against probably 6 enemy ships. So, I don't know. To me, that sounds like a problem with the game. And it is. So, as we sail into kind of the middle area here, we do have the option of opening fire on some of these ships. Probably not going to take that option because I don't want them to shoot back at me. So now that they're tucking behind that island, I would have the opportunity. I don't think I can reliably lead them at this range. Instead, I'm going to make sure to get back so that when they start to try to capture D, that I can just annoy everybody on that team. Here we go. That, of course, is the shell view. I was trying to get a feel for how good or bad my aim was. It wasn't real good, but what are you going to do? You can find that on preset 1 or 2. I get a lot of questions about that. I use preset 1 or 2. I use preset 2. And that's just a habit from before a time when preset 3 and 4 existed. So here we go. We got a Colorado. He's never going to get this base. And you can kind of see when I'm doing the single shot thing, just what a terrible shot I really am. Much better at shooting with this boat if I shoot all the guns at the same time. But just imagine how much fun it is to be in his ship right now. As my legendary skill, Scott has access to both the increased consumables as well as decrease reload time. I have chosen to decrease the reload time on my main battery, so this normally is a very fast firing ship, obviously, and now it is even worse. And there we see a New Orleans coming around. I think he's coming around this corner, but he's not. So I'm missed by a country mile, and now we're gonna have to start leading the other way. In this case, we can see his ship a little bit. He cannot see me, which is gross. And we're getting a good number of shells in on him. It doesn't look like his attempt to save his life is going to work. He's just got too many people shooting at him, and of course one of them is this annoying Atlanta. A really, really well-aimed blind guess there at the end. But not enough to take me out. So now we're up to 4 kills. And this is why I say, if you see an Atlanta, you kill it. Whatever you do, kill it. Especially if you're on a map like this. If you're on one of the maps where you're just in, like the wide open, who cares at that point, because the Atlanta's not going to be that effective. But if you're on a map like this with low to moderately tall islands, you just got to take it out, because if you don't, it's going to chew you up. So that's some bad shit. I remember this game more favorably than apparently I should have. But we figured it out now. We're starting to land a lot of shells on him. We're starting to screw up. Tactic Angel, what are you doing? So, I should really be salvo firing here. I guess my trigger finger is just getting tired. Because of all of the shooting. In any case, we're whittling that Atlanta down, but thanks to some of that pretty terrible gunnery, he takes me out just moments after I take him out. In any case, you can predict that they are not going on to win. My division mates are being every bit as annoying for the enemy as I was. So here's Savo sitting in his own smokescreen. I've obviously sped up this footage, and I really wanted to follow those torpedoes, but I can't seem to lock onto it. But anyway, Savo kills the dude. Game over. We win. Fun little game. Made a good amount of money. Got a Kraken Unleashed. Hid behind all sorts of islands. Shot over all sorts of islands at all sorts of people. Good times. Anyway, hope you've enjoyed this little replay. I'll see you on the next one.